What's going on, people? It's your boy TJ Blaze with MGN Gaming, and in this video we're going to be breaking down all the 32 teams for Madden 22 and going into the NFL season. And in this series we're going to be breaking down pretty much a 32 team power ranking from 32 all the way down to number 1. So real quick, before we get into this list, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button and comment below who is your top 10 teams in Madden, not the NFL, but Madden. What are the top 10 teams in Madden going into Madden 22? All right, so don't go anywhere. Make sure you guys lock in. Be right back. All right, so coming in at the 32 spot, you guys probably already guessed it if you've looked at the Madden 22 ratings on EASports.com, but the New York Jets, in my opinion, should be ranked 32nd in the NFL. And as far as Madden, they have a 72 overall, which is the lowest overall for any team on Madden 22 right now. And to be honest, I feel bad for the Jets organization and the fan base, but if you think about it, they're in a great position to rebuild. You just drafted high for Zach Wilson. I believe he has a great future. We'll get into that in just a moment. They have a 72 overall, which is the lowest overall in Madden. They defensively is actually one of their upsides, and I think it's probably gonna get them, winning probably 2 to 3 games this season. If you decide to play with the Jets in a league or something like that, just know that you're walking into a really, really bad situation offensively. 32nd in the league offensively with a 69 overall, and that is actually saying something, but there is some upside. All right, AFC East is one of the easiest divisions to play in. If you have a CFM or online league, if you got the Jets and you got some real good playing skill, you probably can win that division because some of the teams in that division's overall is really, really, really low. So there is some upside there. All right, let's take a look at the roster. First up, the quarterback position. Obviously, we talked about it earlier. Zach Wilson, this is his team. I don't see anybody taking his team from him, this position from him. James Morgan, Mike White. There's not much, I would say, playing experience, but they do have veteran experience, backup experience. So if something was to happen to Zach Wilson, which I think he's going to have a decent year this season, they do have backup quarterbacks that I feel like could at least go out there and, call some snaps, right? I don't think they're going to win too many games, but I believe that, Wilson is going to get a little bit experience. He's going to develop as a quarterback in MFL, and I believe that with the right kind of coaching ability, coaching skills from the CPU, I think that they're going to win maybe around 3 to 4 games, and that's actually saying something because this is probably one of the worst teams in Madden right now. Now, the wide receiver core, I would say, is probably the only bright spot for this offense. You got Corey Davis, who is probably one of the best wide receivers in the game. Madden has him linked in at an 83 overall, and Jamison Crowder. I think these guys will make a really good core around Zach Wilson. Will they lead the league in passing yards? Not by a long shot, but I do believe that they can stretch the defense on the opposing team. But I did give them an offensive pass rating of D+ based off of the Zach Wilson, Corey Davis, and the tight end core, wide receiver core combination that they have over there in New York, and that's actually saying something. I wanted to give them a D-, but D+ because of Corey Davis, and I think there's a lot of upside for Zach Wilson, and his throwing powers at like 92 or something. Offensively on the rushing side, I gave them an F. Bright spot there, Beckham, one of the better left tackles at an 82 overall, but he's the highest overall offensive lineman on this team, and he's not going to be able to do that by himself. They're going to struggle on the rushing. They're definitely going to struggle as far as protecting Zach Wilson. I do believe that if the AI is really good, or if it's improved in Madden as far as drafting, I believe they should start drafting for a better offensive line, or even trading for it in the season. Tevin Coleman, 74 overall. I mean, just looking at this entire offensive team, they're going to struggle this season. All right, if you play with the New York Jets, which I don't think too many of my viewers do, but if you play with the New York Jets, offensively you are going to struggle. But like I said earlier, if you go with it, you might stand a chance in the AFC East, at least getting to the playoffs. I gave them an offensive rushing grade of F, and that's the lowest I could actually go. All right, let's go on to the defense, which I think is going to propel this team for the future, not this season, but maybe in next season or something like that. They have one of the better defenses in the AFC East besides the New England Patriots from an overall standpoint. All right, let's take a look at the secondary. Marcus May coming in at an 85 overall. He is definitely one of the better defensive players on this team. LaMarcus Joyner, 79 overall, and then Balazian, I believe, Austin, 74 overall. That's the highest overall cornerback. Now, they're not going to be beating teams one-on-one, but I think if they stay in the zone primarily, they'll definitely be able to keep up to speed with the New England Patriots pass offense and other teams in the AFC to kind of create opportunities for the offense. Now, I gave them a C-, just primarily because they don't have too much strength on the cornerback side. Strong safety, free safety, I think is going to handle their own. Now, moving along to the defensive line and the linebackers, I gave them a B, and that's probably the best linebacking core in the AFC East. Linebacker / defensive line core in the AFC East. You got Carl Larson, they got from the Cincinnati Bengals. He's at 83 overall. CJ Mosley still has a lot of upside to him. He's at an 84. And then as far as anchor for that defensive line, Williams will definitely be a force to be reckoned with. Mark my words, he's probably one of the better defensive tackles in the game, and he's still young. So there is some upside to that defensive line / linebacking core. Now, that'll do it for the 32nd spot. The New York Jets hold down the worst team, without a doubt, in Madden 22. But like I said, I've said it at least 2 times in this video. If you code with it, if you got the stick skills to handle your own in Madden, I think you'll be okay if you're playing in the online league. Like I said, besides another division, I'm not going to talk about them just yet in this video, but besides another division, they are the easiest divisional difficulty to kind of go up against, depending on who you're playing against, obviously, in an online league. Now, I believe as far as MFL purposes, I believe that this team is a 3 to 4 win kind of team. I don't see them doing too much in the AFC East. They got a really, really tough schedule as far as the strength of schedule. So I don't think that they're going to be a 6-7 win team. I don't think that they're going to the playoffs. They do have room for improvement on the offensive side. Defense is kind of sound. They got to draft well, and they have to trade well in order to kind of balance out offensive and defensively. All right, so that'll do it for this episode. Madden 22 drops in a few days. I'm going to break down each team, 32 teams, and all of their overalls and all the upside for each position and base. I'm gonna give them their grades and the whole shebang, so y'all know what team to run with in Madden 22. I want to know who you guys think is the number 31 team on my list. Comment below what team holds that 31 spot. As always, make sure you guys keep it classy. Stay locked right here on MGM, man. I got a lot of great content coming your way. Number 31 coming up in the next few days. Peace.